She is often described as one of the most powerful people in Washington that you have never heard of. Alyssa Mastromonaco is the White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations. If you want to see President Obama, you better go through her. She's been serving the president since he was a senator, but next month she will leave her job and the White House behind. We recently spoke to her about her low-profile, high-power role.
Yeah,
Every time I read a piece about you, it talks about power. Tell me what you do.
I'm the person that everyone comes to. I have the answer for everything. And I think the reason, I'm all over. I think the reason people think I'm so powerful is because they don't know what I do. And that mystery, which I have kept for good reason over the year, really intrigues people.
Because it gives you power.
Exactly.
Alyssa Mastromonaco's unassuming power has a bold impact. At 38, her most important role is managing President Obama's time. She decides who gets access. But her job is much broader. She runs the White House campus, which includes 17,000 employees. And she's behind the president's cabinet selections.
You know what somebody called you? Scary powerful.
Scary. That was probably a friend.
Now, what did the president say about this? He said at one point, as soon as they see you, all of your power will go.
This is true. I'm a very internal person. I don't do a lot of public speaking. This is the first interview I've done in 8 years. But when I'm on the phone, I think I sound like the booming voice of Oz. When people see me in person, I think someone once said I look like Sally Field in The Flying Nun, and that I should stay behind the curtain if I wanted people to be scared of me.
Even the president likes to kid around about Mastromonaco's height, a running joke that reveals their close relationship.
He fancies himself a bit of a big brother, I think.
So you go to him.
He likes to call me short, just like a big brother. Whenever we're having
He's
a
got
little
a point,
bit,
doesn't he?
Obviously I'm diminutive, but when we would travel sometimes, be on the road, and it's maybe not everything's going great, we can always make him laugh when we say, let's talk about how short Alyssa is. Let's make some short tips. And then he always has to crack a smile.
Our conversation took place where they first became colleagues and friends, Barack Obama's U.S. Senate office. In 2005, she had just wrapped work on John Kerry's failed presidential bid when she joined a political startup that would eventually become a who's who of Washington. So this is it, huh? This is where young Senator Obama had his 4 key staffers.
Yep. Me, Jon Favreau, Tommy Vitor, Robert Gibbs, and Pete Rouse was on the other side.
So here's the former deputy chief of staff. There is the speechwriter. There is the press secretary. And there is National Security Advisor, press person.
We did okay.
You sure did.
We did okay.
From Senate office to presidential campaign to the White House, she is one of the last remaining members of the original team.
Why do you think the President of the United States trusts you so well?
I think over the years of decision-making and navigating some tough times, your metal's really tested. And I think that I proved to him that his success was my #1 priority, that my hard work on his behalf wasn't self-interested, and that, I had good judgment.
Well, there you go. That's what it's about.
My judgment is good judgment for him. I think that it's also, in life, I think I have good judgment, but the two of us together, I think we understand each other, and I understand what he's trying to do and how to get there.
In November, Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan married Mastromonaco and David Crone. He is chief of staff to Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid. So what about pillow talk?
I'm not going to lie, when we come home at the end of the day, there's a lot of work talk sometimes.
Oh, really? Pillow talk is about politics.
Yeah, it's more about who did what to who.
Who screwed who today?
I'm not going to put it that bluntly, but,
You wonder why they're scared of you?
Exactly.
After 9 years of juggling elections, wars, national tragedies, and a president's schedule, she's now ready for some downtime.
Can you go into the president and you say, this is a time?
It's time.
Did he try to talk you out of it?
Of course. Of course. I think that he knew that for me to actually get to the point where I said, you know what, it's time, that he understood.
He says an interesting thing. I'm not going to let you go.
Right.
unless you promise me you will be there for me,
Yeah.
not only during the presidency, but in the post-presidency.
Yes.
I
So
mean, that's an ultimate act of respect.
we've been through a great adventure, and what he said was, you can go and you can take some time off, but we're together forever, and I need you around. And he's like, and you have to tell me that's the deal. I said, of course.
Is the most exciting time of your life behind you?
It might be, but that's okay. If you look at the things that have made everything so exciting, one, that pace of life is sort of unsustainable. So that's one sort of running off of adrenaline every day. That's exciting. The actual experiences, part of me thought I'd met the Queen, I'd met the Pope, I was at Nelson Mandela's funeral, I've been on Charlie Rose. What is there left?
She's right.
She's
What is
she
there
really is
left?
something. I mean,
She's terrific,
If you watch
yeah.
the piece, beyond what she says, just look at the photographs.
Yes.
See where she is in every photograph.
And the video.
That shows you where the president wants her.
But that's who you want, somebody working with you like that, where she says his success was her #1 priority. That's someone that says, I have your back always. That's so nice.
And she wasn't out there looking out for herself.
That's right. That's right.
Is there a concern now that she's the last of the very closest advisors to the president that he will not have that same tight-knit group that was with him from the beginning?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, these are people who've been through the wars, and those are the people who you want close. But I mean, as she says to me, he's not going to stop emailing.
And Valerie Jarrett is there, so, he still has people that have his back. That was great, Charlie. That was great.
Very interesting.
But an interesting woman.